Hi everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates. I am here to show you a project that I completed a couple days ago, and I'm just really excited about it. I think I'm more excited than I have been about a project in a while because it was quite a challenge. Mary Barrett is a crafter in the crafting community that I know most of you know. She is brilliant at needlework and all kinds of handcrafting and sewing and beading, you name it. But she has been creating these sewing etuis that are sewing boxes basically. And I've been seeing her gift them and swap them, I'd say over the last year or so, and I've been mesmerized by them because they're so much fun. They're like little exploding boxes. But when I found out they required a lot of measuring, I thought, that's probably not for me. I really am one of the ones that say I eyeball everything, and this is one project where you just can't eyeball it. So I thought, maybe I will, maybe I won't. But Mary did a tutorial that was just so easy to follow, and I got up the courage and I decided to go ahead and give it a try. So this is my sewing etui, and she gave so many good suggestions and tips, and one was to use 100% cotton fabric. So I did that, and smaller prints, she said, work better than larger prints. However, I didn't have very much in quantity of fabric, so I had to really scrimp and squeeze to make the pattern for this. But as you can see, I used a cotton floral pattern. It was just a big old fat quarter. And then the contrasting fabric I used was gingham because I love gingham, and I had just enough to eke it out for this project. And if you can see, I have a covered button and just a little bit of that embroidered rosebud trim. And then I did the padded lid. And what I'll do is I'll link the video to Mary's tutorial so that if you'd like to give it a try, you can do it, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. And so this is the box. Now there was a base that you put on it, and that was the place well, I'll just go ahead and point out my flaws. I ran out of fabric, so I ended up having to piece it together. So it isn't a full piece of fabric on the bottom, but this is my first one, and I'm going to keep this one, and if I get better at it, you know, with the stay-at-home orders, I have time to craft. So I think these would make wonderful Christmas gifts and holiday gifts that are coming up. So let me take the lid off and show you the fun of it all. It collapses open like that, and this is the inside of the lid. I did do the padded inside. I have this really old vintage twist purse that it was probably a gift from a bank. I think it says this is probably bank one. I don't know what that I is, but anyway, it's a little sewing kit, and I thought I would show you with the things in here how you can fill it. Now she did say you don't have to use it for sewing. You could use it for nail polishes or pretty much anything you can think of that you'd want to go in it. But with it being a padded lid, you could put things that you can poke in there. So straight pins like that. What else? There's a teeny lace holder on each side of the smaller box. I was able to put two little linen pockets on each side. Mary had an adorable little pin cushion in the middle of hers, so I made this little rectangle pin cushion. Let me lift it up so you can see in the middle of mine. And so, like I said, she just went step by step on how to do each box. If I hadn't run out of fabric, I thought it'd be nice to make a lid for the middle box too, but I ran out. And my box is a little bit smaller than Mary's because of my shortage of fabric. but I was able to measure it a little bit smaller so that I could still make one with the fabric. And then all of these are individual pieces, and you do have to hand stitch all 4 of the box flaps together. But I found that hand stitching is a nice relaxing activity, and so you know, the measuring and the cutting really is the most tedious part, and once you get through that, the stitching and the padding and all of the rest of it, it ends up being quite fun, especially as it starts to come together. So this is my Sewing Etui, and the box lid was a challenge. It was my fault though. I decided I wanted to try and go ahead of Mary's tutorial because I got as far as she got, and then I was gonna need to wait for the lid explanation on how to do the lid. So I decided I would just try to figure it out myself, and that's what I get. It ended up, this is my 3rd one, and which one worked? The one that I waited to watch how to do it correctly. So anyway, like I said, you should be able to be successful if you follow along with Mary. Thank you, Mary, for pushing me to try something that I thought might be a bit of a challenge. Let's see, I'm going to look on my phone here. I think I can show you. Yeah, so this is one that she did not long ago. Sewing Etui. Really pretty fabric on there. And then this is one, a picture of hers that's opened. You can see the little pin cushion inside and how she loaded it with all kinds of really cool things. And then, because I decided, oh, you know what, inside of there, there's this fun little measuring tape. So I'm going to see exactly what size mine is, because I haven't measured it. Wow, this really is like a vintage little sewing kit. Oh, those are centimeters. Are they, or inches? Where are my inches? Centimeters. Guess what, guys? I don't know where this little sewing kit came from, but it's all centimeters. No inches. So that means it's European, I bet. Oh well. I was trying to see what it was in inches. Mary measures hers in centimeters as well. So this is maybe a little European thing. It says made in Hong Kong, but I'm not sure where it actually originated. But I'm going to save this. It's really kind of cool. I don't know if I'll get it folded back up correctly, but for now, we'll leave it like that. Okay, so here's my little trick. I went and got a cheap little paper mache box from the Dollar Tree, and because I was looking for a shortcut around the part that I don't like, which is cutting and measuring, I decided to just take a small mat knife, oops, going the wrong way, and cut open the box like this. And now you can go to step 3, which is just adding the padding and the top layer of fabric. And then you would have to then measure out the lining piece, I think. You know, let me try some. Oh, I have another one that's a little bit smaller, but yeah, I think that would at least save you the step of cutting the first piece. Then you would need to measure the lining piece, but that's fine. I think that's still a bit of a shortcut. And when I say lining piece, it's the gingham piece. So on this one, because I was short fabric, I put a little bit of lace trim underneath just to make sure it didn't, the cardboard didn't show. But I'm going to give it a try with my little shortcut of cutting open the pieces and covering them, and then all I have to do is measure out the lining pieces. We'll see how that goes, and if it works out, I'll come back and show it to you. But thank you for indulging me as I show off my first sewing etui that was inspired by the beautiful crafting of Mary Barrett. And I'm probably going to make more of these now. I went and bought some more fat quarters with small print fabric. I also bought a couple more of these boxes from the Dollar Tree. I found some paper mache ones. I don't know how well the small ones will work, and the cardboard is quite lightweight, but it won't hurt to give it a try. So that is it. I hope you all are well. I also thought I would just pop on because I like getting a chance to visit with you and say hello. We have a little bit of quiet in our house right now, which I'm telling you, I live in a small house and having quiet is rare. Yesterday I had to do an Instagram live for the job I do at the pottery studio. No one's been back at the studio since the shutdown orders. But while we were talking, it's easier for me and less nerve-wracking if I have something in my hands. So I was making these little pinch pot acorns out of clay. Ended up not being bad at all. It's actually quite nice to reconnect with my co-workers at the studio via Instagram. I don't really do Instagram, and now I think I will do it a little bit more because that was really fun. So I'm just rambling now. I just thought I'd take a little break, drink my tea, chat with you for a minute, and show you my sewing etui. And now I'm probably going to measure out a few pieces and see if I can make another box using my pre-made box pieces. And like I said, I'll come back and show you. So be well, everyone, and I hope to chat with you again soon. And I'm enjoying your videos. Thanks for posting. I'll be back again soon. Just had to do that for effect. Bye for now.